what it has to say. Let God lead my life towards the goal of holiness. So I moved to Albuquerque about 5 years ago, and I knew I needed to find a church. So I looked around, and I found one close to my house, and I started to attend. And it was 100% adequate. There was a great adult Sunday school class that I could be part of, and there were lots of programs, so many programs to get involved with. When we got a new pastor, things began to change. It happened kind of slowly, but we moved to a point where it felt like everything we did was driven by fear. Fear that someone would break something, fear that someone would take something, fear that our children would see someone who suffered from a mental illness, fear of changing too much, and fear of not changing enough. It got to the point where I would wake up on Sundays and I would just dread getting out of bed. I was so fearful. I was fearful that someone would ask me to do one more thing, be part of one more committee. I was fearful that I would say the wrong thing, and all of a sudden emails would be flying around the church judging me. I was fearful of being so fearful. And so I stopped getting up on Sunday mornings. And at first it was a huge relief. And then there was this huge hole inside of me. Sure, there were people at the church that maybe I disagreed with, but there was community, and there were activities, and there were commitments that I had made, and there was the promise that all of that would lead to my wholeness. I grew up in a church, and when I moved to Albuquerque, I started to attend church again after several years of absence. I had been gone because I was in the Peace Corps. I had been gone for a lot of different reasons. And I had initially found that sense of wholeness I was looking for. I had found a sense of comfort and community, and it had only really vaguely occurred to me that that's what I was looking for. And so I had built trust. I had built trust in that community. I had built trust in the idea that by attending, I would be able to work towards this idea of holiness. And once again, I was back at square one. I felt so lost. I felt slightly abandoned. I was leaving the church, and I was recreating a hole, and I felt like I knew where that path had been. I had been years without attending a service, and I didn't want to go that way again. So I talked to several of my friends and community members, and one of them said, "Well, have you tried St. Tim's? I think it'd be a good fit for you." And I have to say that 10 months later, it was true. This is a great fit. I wake up Sunday mornings, and I no longer feel like I have to go to church. I feel like I need to go to church. And I am once again engaged with the Holy Spirit. I am challenged every Sunday. I'm challenged when I manage to show up on Thursdays to grow in my faith. And it's not only that I'm encouraged to grow and change, I'm expected to grow and to change. And so I truly believe that God is doing amazing things here at St. Tim's. And I am